As a resident of our shared community and as president of the Third Mutual Board, I come to you today with an issue that is very close to my heart. Quite frankly, your Third Mutual Board needs your help. This is one of the most significant issues we have dealt with as Third Mutual Board members and mutual owners. You will soon be receiving a ballot proposition in early October that takes on the task of resolving the problem, which I will be discussing with you today. That is why I'm coming to you to let you know how important it is for each of you to vote yes. We have been working as a board for the past year on our unwieldy and cumbersome CC&Rs, which have not been modernized in over 3 decades. The core issue is that these governing documents are making our lives more complex and costly. Every single day, the effect they are having on our services, our insurance premiums, our operating reserves, and the cost in staff time and legal fees grows by leaps and bounds. Insurance is the costliest issue of all. This is not news to some of you, as this matter has been percolating for over a decade now, but the problem is about to boil over. After working among ourselves for the past 12 months, researching with staff, engaging with professionals, involving long-term village leaders, and getting expert and legal counsel, your Third Mutual Board unanimously initiated a ballot proposition that will finally address the issues of runway cost. At a time when our homeowners' assessments or carrying charges are rising exponentially, a 2/3 vote will provide a clear voter's mandate to adopt our proposed cleanup of the mess made by our current CC&Rs and restate them in a manner that is clear, concise, and forward-leaning. Well, you might ask, how did we get into this costly mess? Well, it all began some 57 years ago with our founder, Ross Cortese, saw his vision in a robust retirement community become a reality. As he financed and built out what was then Leisure World Laguna Woods, new governing documents were prepared and recorded in the county recorder's office over and over each time a tract was completed. Sometimes a tract was as small as 4 units. The laws were vastly different then. Third Mutual ended up with 59 sets of recorded CC&Rs, which, along with all of these rules and regulations and policies and procedures that needed to be implemented to interpret the CCRs, totaling over 22,000 documents. That's like reading War and Peace 20 times. Even back then, when many of us were toddlers, those running Leisure World knew that having 59 sets of CC&Rs was onerous. So they agreed in 1964 to merge all of the HOAs into one. Our beloved Third Mutual here at Laguna Woods Village was born. But no one merged the CC&Rs because the draft person failed to include an annexation provision enabling each tract to be merged into a target tract. Decades went by with each respective board recognizing the problem, but kicking the can down the road, so to speak, and as such, it was such a daunting endeavor. Some boards had the guts and came very close to doing it, as recently as the board headed by Rosemary De Lorenzo, but board consensus wasn't there, and the cleanup on the CC&Rs and bylaws didn't happen. Well, you might ask, what changed since then? We now have more state laws that are in conflict with our governing documents, and therefore there's more convolution that we must contend with as a board to get things done proactively and efficiently. But the biggest assault came recently from our insurance carrier, Travelers Insurance. In order to renew our annual policy, which is called the base, or first layer of insurance, Travelers required the village property of Third, United, and GRF to be reevaluated, since real estate in Southern California, especially in our neck of the woods, has been going up. Once that happened, we were pushed into this onerous dilemma. The village went from its previous valuation of $700 million to over $3.4 million, a 5 times increase. While that's good for our property values, it compels our base layer insurance carrier to limit its liability, requiring our insurance broker to start shopping around for additional carriers to maintain our level of insurance coverage as mandated by our governing documents. As it stands now, we have 35 carriers layered together to provide the insurance required by thirds CC&Rs. The cost to obtain the required level of insurance is astronomical. Our board budgeted $1,510,000 for the 2020 insurance premium. But next year, the annual premium is estimated to be close to $4 billion. Folks, we have to fix the governing documents to give us flexibility to obtain appropriate levels of coverage that is cost-effective, manageable, and realistic. Another aspect that is working against us in our name in Laguna Woods Village, and we have several years of notoriously horrible forest fires in California. So because of this, insurance companies see our name, where we are located, and start adding zeros to our premiums. This history is important to us, so we all understand how we got to where we are. And now we know how to move forward to fix the problem. We do it by cleaning up the mess of our existing CC&Rs and bylaws and restating new ones that are in sync with today's laws. We're restating our governing documents to reduce the all-inclusive 22,000 governing document pages to CC&Rs that are 106 pages long, which will finally place us in the 21st century. Well, why then are we launching a coordinated effort that includes you? You've heard it before, your vote counts. Well, in our instance, that's not just an axiom that sounds catchy. It's the God-honest truth. We need 66.67% of all eligible voting members in Third Mutual to vote yes. That's 4,000 yes votes. Everyone must vote to meet this threshold. Some votes are invalidated because the voting rules are not followed. So we also are embarking on a tutorial about the voting process to ensure that when the votes come in, they really count. Because of the pandemic, this will be an election by mail. You'll be receiving your ballot in the mail as soon as Saturday, October 3rd. We all need to vote by mail before Tuesday, November 2nd. And we all need to vote yes on the ballot proposition. As we are telling everyone, so it's easy to remember, no mess, vote yes. Without voting yes, we will not be able to control the cost of escalating insurance. So those costs will be passed on to each manor owner per month. That is untenable and unacceptable to all of us. This is really a call to save Third Mutual. And the way we save it is to vote yes on our ballot proposition. From a practical standpoint, the existing 59 sets of CC&Rs are wreaking havoc on our operations. We cannot achieve efficiencies and control cost. Each time we consider a board action, our village staff spends extra and valuable time to find all the applicable resources and references in our existing CC&Rs and collateral governing documents. Our attorney must also associate all the accompanied policies, procedures, and regulations by searching through, as needed, these 22,000 pages. Then all the civil codes have to be checked. along with the California State's Davis-Sterling Act. Multiple departments in our VMS structure are involved in the review of a proposed action. Once reviewed by all these folks and the ruling is determined by our attorney, the board can then move forward or amend its proposed action. This is flat out dysfunctional. In addition to the operational confusion and the referenced insurance cost, some of the recent negative effects that have also impacted us, and I'd like to list them for you at this time. Number one, deferring the prior to paint prep program. Number two, extending the paint cycle from 10 years to 15 years, and delaying the update to community lighting and curtailing the landscape enhancements that have been planned. Here's the good news though. This is all fixable by voting yes. There are other benefits that will fall to us and be of value to Third Mutual. The board can better reduce expenses by restating the CC&Rs. We will be able to better manage and afford our essential services and amenities. We will save money in legal fees and time for staff. Culling through 106 pages is much easier than diving into 22,000 pages. By restating the 59 separate sets of CC&Rs as one new set, we will be annexing all the tracts into one tract, and our governing documents will be clear, concise, and cogent. Governance of our mutual will be more practical. Actions will be able to get done more efficiently. We will be able to better control the costs and member assessments. The best news yet is that we have already worked tirelessly with our legal counsel to restate the CC&Rs as an entirely new set of governing documents. They are available for review at the Laguna Woods Village website. Watch your email, TV programming, the Globe newspaper, and other communication channels for more details as we get closer to Election Day. The deadline to receive your vote is November 2nd by 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. We must pass the ballot proposal, and that means not only we need your yes vote, but we also need the votes from your friends in Third. We ask you all to engage your neighbors, friends, who are all owners of our mutual, and anyone you know who's an eligible Third Mutual voter to cast their affirmative vote so we can get Third Mutual rolling forward in the right direction. Help us save Third Mutual. Sign up to protect the Third Mutual and other services. Become a Vote Yes volunteer. You can contact us by email at nomessvoteyes@lagunawoodsvillage.com, or you can call or text us at 949-354-4199. Your vote counts. Vote yes. Let's contact every member in Third Mutual starting right now. I thank you for your time and support. Stay safe and stay well.